What's going on today, YouTube? Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to pack a Ruck down at SFAS. Let's go take a look. Alright guys, so here's our Molly 2 Ruck, which I am going to suggest that if you're going to go to SFAS, this is the Ruck you want to purchase. You get them at surplus stores or on eBay for pretty cheap. But if you're going to go to SFAS, get the Molly 2 Ruck. This is going to be what you get issued down at Selection at Camp McCall. So in the previous video, I showed you guys how to set up the Molly 2 Ruck. Like I said, you're going to want to set it up to your preferences. Set it up basic way to start, get a feel for it. Load it up how I'm going to show you, and then just go Ruck, see how it feels, make the adjustments, go from there. So first thing you're going to do not use these wet weather bags from the Army. They are trash. So I know you can't see, but if you put them up to the sunlight, you can see holes in them, all sorts of shit. They're garbage. Now you're going to be required to have them, so you're going to want them in your Ruck, but don't use them. What you're going to want are these right here. So these are Husky. I got them at Home Depot, I think. These are what I used at SFAS. 3 mil is what you want. 3 mil, 42 gallon bags. So first thing you're going to do, I know some people say, okay, like inside the Ruck here, cut this off, inside the Ruck, you know, there's this shelf in here. Do not have that attached. Open it up so it's one continuous Ruck. Now what I'm going to show you is a little tip. Take 2 extra of these 3 mil bags and just lay them on the bottom of your Ruck. Just fold them up, put them at the bottom of your Ruck. And you might be like, okay, why would you do that? I'm going to tell you. Down the road, one of these bags might catch something internal, tear, snag, whatever. You're going to love having one of these in the bottom of your Ruck. You can unzip the bottom, pull it out real quick, swap everything in, or just stuff your previous one in another bag. Just a little tip, these weigh nothing. You know, they're nice 3 mil though. Just line the bottom of your Ruck, just to have some extras down there, just in case. There's that. Open this up. Make sure all your straps are loose as well. It's another big thing. So you want your Ruck as big as possible for stuffing stuff in. Second thing, take one of these 3 mil bags. I'm going to use this as the liner for our Ruck pack today. And I stress, get the 3 mil bags. 1 mil, 2 mil, no good. You may think, oh, well, I can go cheaper. Just pay, get the 3 mil. You're going to be extremely happy having the 3 mil contractor bag. They're huge. They're thick. They don't tear. So you're going to put it in there. Use it as a liner. So flip it out. Stuff it in there. Expand it. Make sure it's all the way down in. Roll it up over the top. It's going to be huge. So that's what you want. And this is going to waterproof your bag. And it's going to make such a difference. I'm telling you, when you go through during land nav, you're going to have a point across Bones Fork Creek. And if you don't know what that is, it's a big creek at the bottom of the map. You're going to have to go through it. And you're going to want to have a Ruck that is waterproof and able to float and not get stuck in this terrible wet Ruck that just became twice as heavy because everything just got wet in it. So, first thing we're going to pack, lightest items possible. Put it back down here. This is going to be your sleeping bag. Now some people say, oh yeah, pack it up, roll it up real tight. Horrible idea. Do not do that. So you're going to have your extra bib bag there. You're going to have all 3 parts here. If you have to get your sleeping bag out, it's the end of the day, should be chill, should have time to pull it out, repack everything in the morning. So we're gonna just start. I'm just gonna stuff these in here, like so. We'll start with the wet bag, the outside wet weather bag for the sleep system. Pack it down, push it down. Next, I'm gonna go with the winter bag and jam it in there. Stuff it down. This is gonna be our base, so just expand and make sure you get it in there. Keep your bag up. Really get it forced down in there. We're gonna be stuffing stuff on top of this. So you're gonna wanna fill every inch of this bottom bag. Just start pushing it down. And this is why I said, do not use that shelf, because it's gonna just cost you space. And we're gonna pack everything on top of this. Next, we're gonna throw these big bags in. Just start jamming them into the corners. Really, you're never gonna use them, but they're gonna be required on the packing list. I'm just telling you now. Like I said, jam those in, those corners over here. That's where you're gonna want these bags. Alright, so show you here. Got this bag still folding down here. As you can see, all that jammed in there. Just keep working it into those corners. Got our lightweight bag. Like I said, just find the space down there. Just start feeding it in. I'm telling you, every inch is gonna matter, especially when you're at SFAS. You're gonna have this massive tick on your back. You're gonna be so happy to have that extra space because you're not gonna have those sustainment packs that you have on the standard Ruck. Just start working that in, jamming it down. Just kind of work it into those corners and crevices. Make that as wide and cool as you can. That's gonna be a great base for us to build on here. There we go. Alright. So next thing you're going to do, figure out what gear is pivotal, and what gear you're not going to use that often. So, what I always did, and when we went through SFAS, I think we were allowed to have 7 t-shirts, 7 socks, 7 pairs of underwear or Ranger panties. I'm not going to pack all that today, just because packing a training Ruck, my Ranger panties, I only have like 10 pairs, so I don't want to put 7 of them in my training Ruck that I'm never going to pull out. So instead, I'm just going to put some old uniforms in there to replicate, you know, what we were using. And we'll go from there. I'm going to show you guys a tip, too. When you're packing other clothing type items, if you're worried about them getting wet, and you want to keep them compartmentalized, these are what you're going to want. Now, I tried to find the ones that just kind of clip together instead of having the zipper. Couldn't find them, so we just went with these. These are the hefty 2.5 gallon jumbo storage bags. And I'm gonna open these up. So like I said, you're gonna want to pack some of these in your bag too, just to have extra. I think they come in 12 pack, yeah. But these things are awesome. Look at this. They're pretty decently thick. Thinking about buying some thicker bags online. But I'm just going to use these for now because this is what I have. Alright guys, I'm going to show you these uniform packs. Don't Ranger roll your stuff. I can't speak to Ranger school, but I'm telling you, when you get down there, you're going to do the layout. It's going to be a bitch. You're going to have to unroll all that shit. Don't do it. Just pack it in these. Stuff it in here. You know, it doesn't really matter if it gets all folded. You're going to be training uniform like. We're pretty much just using these for weights right now anyway, so jam it down in there, get it nice tight. Put your pair of pants in there. Same thing we did with the Ruck, like fill this bag, you know, that's what you're gonna wanna do. Then take it, zip it like 95% of the way. Leave a little air pocket, a little more, get all that air out, pack her down, and roll it. And get that nice square pack there. Just push all the air out of that. And this is just another layer of sealing. So when you go through that water, you have all your shit already tight. It's not gonna matter. That water's just gonna go right through the pack, sit on the outside of the pack, maybe get that stuff a little wet. You're gonna have these nice bricks of clothes already ready to go. You just pull them out, swap, put your other ones, dirty ones in there, wet ones in there, whatever. When you get back to camp, you can let them dry out, but they're already sealed in a bag. So if you don't have time to dry them out, you can at least just put them in there. All right, so I'm gonna show you the same thing. I do with the boots as well, just in case, you know. I know these bags are good, but I'm telling you, when you get in the water and that shit leaks, like, you could have a problem. So I would even suggest, you know, I might even go back and double bag my sleeping bag. Just put it in a separate bag, another black bag, just put it at the bottom and roll that, kind of seal that off, just in case, you know, I do get wet. Or, you know, we have that wet weather bag. I know it's not that great, but it might be good enough in a second layer, just to prevent that. So I might go back and do that. That's a suggestion. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna fast forward. We're gonna do this 4 more times. We're gonna have 4 of these uniforms. I'm gonna pack that in there next. I'm gonna shove these extra boots in the sides. Really shouldn't need those extra boots that much. And the way I have my ruck, you know, we have this pack already down there, so we're gonna start building that weight higher and higher, and we'll go from there. So, all right, guys, we're back. We got our 4 uniforms squared up here. Let's put them in the ruck. Ruck back over here. We're gonna try and build a little shelf in here, so start packing these in. Push them tight, and that outside there. You know, you might say it's a little unnecessary, but I'm telling you, all this extra is gonna pay dividends when you're wet, when your ruck gets wet. I mean, you don't have to deal with it. You know, some of these other guys are gonna be hurting because their ruck is gonna be twice as heavy. Alright, so you can see, got them packed squarely. Got one left over. Set that bad boy right in the middle. Gonna go from there. Now, ideally, you might want to add some MREs right here. Not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're gonna weigh this ruck dry. Dry means no food, no water. That's gonna be the standard for your weight. When you get done with a rucking event, whatever they want to weigh it at any time, you're gonna drop your 6 MREs. You're gonna drop your 2 core canteens. And that motherfucker better be on what weight they want. Believe when I went through. Most of the time, your standard was 45. I believe once or twice they bumped it up to 55. That's dry. That stuff adds weight. And I'll show you when we weigh it. We're gonna weigh it dry. We're gonna add those 6 MREs, 4 quarts of water. We're gonna see how heavy your ruck's gonna be most of the time. And this isn't even with a full load of what we have at SFAS. This is just gonna be your training ruck. So this can be your baseline load here. Sometimes when you're at SFAS, you're gonna have extra shit. You're gonna have, you know, extra land nav stuff, extra watches, extra batteries, hygiene kits, all that stuff. It's gonna compound onto that weight. So just letting you know, sometimes this shit's gonna get way heavy. So next thing I'm gonna do, gonna put my boots each in one of these bags. I know I'm paranoid, but I'm telling you, there's no point in having extra boots if they get wet. They're gonna be miserable. Shove that bad boy in there like so. If you have 2 sets of boots, you can put one on. I'm just gonna put one in each bag for now. I got the extra bag. Wrap it around. Keep it tight. Zip it tight. Keep all the laces in there. You're just gonna jam that bad boy down into the side. You're gonna want it vertical down the side here. You see it bulging? It's perfect. That's exactly what you want. The other one in here, gonna put our t-shirts, snivel gear, keep that on top, or maybe, you know, I might actually separate some of it. I like to just keep, you know, when I was there, I just kept a little plastic bag, cargo pocket with change of socks, t-shirt, extra pair of orange bands, just in case, you know, adds like no weight to your leg. It's a lifesaving. I'm telling you, when you have the chance, you get down, you have to open your ruck, just hot swap your socks, shove your other ones into your cargo pockets for the time being until you get stopped, and put them away properly. You can let them air out on your ruck whenever you stop somewhere or do something. You don't need your ruck, or you can even, you know, strap them to the outside, just let them air dry. It's always an option. We go here, shove this bad boy all the way down there. Try to get it balanced, get them even down there. You can see they're both right here. That is what you want. Look at that perfectly like square ruck. I'm telling you, these little tips, when you're packing a ruck, you don't have a lot of space, it's gonna make a world of difference. So we're gonna go ahead. You already know how to pack them. I showed you already. You already know how to pack your t-shirts. Just pack them just like your uniforms. Throw them in on top. We're gonna jam them in these sides. I'm gonna keep one t-shirt, one set of socks out, and they're gonna go on the very top. And I'm gonna load up the e-tool on the side, my hygiene kits, my 550 cord. We're gonna put that poncho right on top, and I messed up a little bit here. Should have shoved this Wobie down in there, but we'll pack it down in there, and we'll fix that real quick, and then I'll show you the poncho on top, put the rest on there, and then we're gonna weigh this bad boy and see what we're at. All right, guys, last little bit of stuff here. Pro tip: don't bring shitty flip-flops to selection. I was like, I don't need flip-flops, we're never gonna use them. I brought the smallest pair I could. They were like 4 sizes too small. Totally fucked myself. You're gonna wear them pretty often, to be honest, especially in the evening. Downtime, gotta get good flip-flops. I don't think you can bring Crocs. That's what I would bring if I had the choice. But bring some all black, real nice. Sometimes you're gonna have to run in these when you're coming back from the bathroom, whatever. These are trash. Don't buy these ones. I'm just gonna put them in the ruck, show you, put a pair of flip-flops in there, but get some real comfortable, nice flip-flops, good quality, make a world of difference. Little pro tip. Cracking those on top. They're gonna be something I'm gonna grab the evenings. I don't feel like digging for them. I just wanna get my socks off, get some comfort on there. Have this F&G Academy, shout out to them. Bought their foot care kit. I'm gonna do a video breaking down everything they have in there. Some great stuff here. Gonna make sure it's waterproofed. Most of this stuff is already waterproof when you get it. It's all ready to go. So you can take this. I don't know if they'll allow it, but you can just, obviously don't bring your patch to fucking selection. But I'm gonna strap this on the side here just for convenience sake now. I have some other stuff I'm gonna add in there. Some pre-cut moleskin I already bought. Just different sizes, and a little, I think it's actually a cuticle cutter, but it's nice to have. And you can put in your foot care kit, add a little bit of scissors to your kit. Gonna have that. I have a little hygiene bag here. That's what I'm gonna use. I got my, all my stuff here, deodorant. I got Body Glide. They make nut butter, all that stuff, whatever. Vaseline preference. So got everything in there. Just gonna throw that on top. And then we got the poncho. Gotta put these few last things in a bag. Pro tip again, microfiber towel. It's clutch. This small one, I think this is actually the one I brought to selection. You just get the bigger one. It really adds no space. And you can fold it over the top, like with your poncho, if you are really dying for space. I went small. Not a good tip. So I'm just gonna throw this little guy in for right now. Stuff her down in there. Gonna finish putting poncho in on top here, and then we're gonna weigh it, see what we're at, and we're gonna go from there and add our water and our MREs. 46.6 pounds is what we got in there right now. Standard load, all through selection, was about 45 pounds. That's dry, no food, no water. We still got to put all that in there. This is going to be a little heavy. If you're just starting out rucking, do not ruck with this amount of weight. I'm telling you, you're going to break yourself off, going to get hurt. Got to work into that. I would say start 25, 30 pounds. Just get those feet under you. Ruck, 2-3 times a week. Get that bag on you. Just get the feel for it. Get your setup right. I can tell There's a few nuances with my Ruck I'm going to want to adjust right when I put it on, I noticed. But load for the most part is pretty high. I may, bump my bag up a little bit, to be honest. But I might have it as high as it can go right now, so I don't know, I'm going to have to look at it and see what we got going on here, so. But we can play with that later. So we're going to put the MRE weight in there, and we're going to see how heavy we are. Then I'm going to start cinching this pack down, and we're going to really get it nice and compact, and we'll see how it looks from there. So let's go take a look. Got the MREs packed in there. You can see them up top here. They're going to be tight. So I'm going to cinch this bag down. Then we're going to start tightening all the straps and really try and go from there. Little key tip. Always use your weight on the Ruck. Kind of pack this down. You can poke holes in the MREs so they don't take up so much space. I'm not going to do that just because I want them to stay fresh. But when you're down there, that's not an issue. Some people field strip them. I can't remember if there's any rules on field stripping them or not. I remember, for some reason I remember thinking there was. Like they said don't field strip them specifically. So that's up to you if you want to risk it, but I probably would not. So I'll use this strap here, this little cinch. Just weave it across. Help you pull that a little bit tighter. Get you a little bit more space in there. And just feed it to the side here. Pull that in. Feed it back through. So, it's a little tip I like to do. It takes a little bit, to get in and out of your Ruck. And then you can put whatever immediate care items you need on top. Throw some extra foot care shit on top. Whatever you want to do. Tape, whatever. So, that's just a little tip. That's how I do it. We're going to cinch this down here, and then we're going to go from there. Alright guys, little pro tip. Got our 2 quarts filled up. Make sure these are always filled. Before every event, top them off. And make sure you don't squeeze it at all. Topped off, they're going to check. They will check at some point. And if you're caught without, they can drop you right there. So, another tip. Place those Camelback straws with some, I think these are Ospreys. Got these at REI. Put a little clamp on there. So much better. It might make you tape them up. I'm telling you, those Camelback ones, they break. These are bite valves. Don't have to worry. They have a little safety lock on them. Just bite and twist. So much better. Got way more water out of them. They don't have to worry about them breaking. And then you can bring additional ones as well. Alright guys, just weighed it with food and water. 61.8 pounds. And I'm telling you, I might have a little bit more stuff, but this is basically your standard load at SFAS. So you want to build up to that. I'm not telling you to go train with this amount of weight. I would definitely, like I said, go lower, but it's good to practice, putting all this together, figuring out how to configure this stuff before you get down there. So I'm going to say this is a SFAS prep Ruck, not a training Ruck though. So I would go lighter. Maybe you'll work your way up. Definitely train with these 2 quart canteens. Just go lighter. Just try to stay around 35, 45 pounds. Just work on getting those legs under you. Getting those reps in. Don't hurt your legs. They are your godsend. So that's the main thing. Gonna clean this Ruck up. We're gonna put the straps on. Get it tight. Get cinched down. Throw my road guard vest on. And go from there. As I was showing you, just sit on this Ruck. Really get these straps tight as you can. Every little bit helps. So we got that one down. Got those side straps, they're pretty much at capacity already. So it's gonna come down to these down straps here. Try to get them pretty close to even. Like I said, you're going to feed them through these top pieces here. So get them even. These ones are fed from the bottom. And get them situated a little bit. And what I'm going to do, pro tip here as well. Flip your Ruck over, you want top heavy. flip it over. Alright, got those secure. Sit on your ruck, you want to be top heavy. And start grabbing these and cinching it down. It's gonna be key. I'm telling you guys, it's gonna suck to do this every time. Get in your ruck. But it takes 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Make a hell of a difference when you get down there. Especially when you have all this weight. Alright, so got it pretty good. Get on top here again. Do a final cinch. Tuck these straps in like that. Don't want anything sticking out here. That, boom. Flip it over. Should have, probably forgot to put them back on, but should have these little things here. They'll help. Feed them down. Hook them underneath. If you don't have them, just tie them off, like so. Little knot. Wrap it around. Whatever you gotta do. Make it look clean. You can tape it, but you're gonna be ripping it off because it's just how it is. So, you know, whatever you gotta do, get them down in there, fed off, cleaned up. Got these other ones here, same thing. Feed them back through as far as you can, and just wrap them around. Because, I'm telling you, they'll get caught on shit. If you can, just wrap them around, like that. As you can see, just wrap it tight. It's easy to pull out, and you can go from there. So, I'm gonna throw this on real quick so you can see. You're gonna want to feed your other straps over the top, but by straps I meant your water nozzles, hoses, that sort of thing. So, just gotta make sure all that's tight, nothing hanging out. It's a pretty good ruck here. You throw the vest on. Should sit pretty much upright. That's all I got for today. I'm gonna throw this on real quick just to show you guys how it's sitting, and then we'll be off. I'm gonna drop this ruck down in weight, and then probably go do a ruck tomorrow, and let you know how it goes. Let's throw this on. Oh yeah, she's nice and heavy. Yeah, got her pretty tight. Actually, it doesn't feel that bad. I mean, definitely some weight on there. Definitely gonna hurt after a while. But the load's situated, you guys can see, pretty high up on my back, naturally pushing me forward to give you that little speed push. It's gonna be essential, but yeah, it's a pretty heavy pack. Definitely not gonna train with this much weight out the gate. So like I said, drop it down to like 25, 35 pounds if you're just starting. 35 if you're pretty advanced, and then maybe push it up to 45. But you don't want to put this much weight on your back all the time. It's going to be a kind of competition only sort of thing when you need it. Get up to that point and build those miles. But thanks again for watching. I'm the dog. Take it easy.